That's mic 2. Have you got it?
Hello, hello.
Yep. Testing, testing.
Give us a goal, boys.
Go! How's that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, do you want me to test the other one? Sorry, I can't hear you. Probably I'll give you the other one. And this is mic 1. Testing, testing. Testing, mic 1.
What'd you have for breakfast, mate?
What's that?
What'd you have for breakfast?
Good question. Weet-Bix.
It's usually a longer answer than that. Nah, I've got levels on again.
All good?
Yeah.
Sweet.
How many hats you got, bud? How many hats you got? Too many for one head. Alright? Good, how are you? Not as hospitable as last night. Not quite. Out in the elements. Feel better than Para Hills. What's that? Feel better than Para Hills. Oh, exactly. Especially when it rains out there, oh my god. And the lining, yeah, it was not fun too. Who's your, you reckon Burke's winner? Huh? You reckon Burke's have it? Or you have played for? Stupid question. Huh? Yeah, I saw that. It's hard for me.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Smith Park for round 22 action in the State League 1 men's competition here in South Australia. I'm your commentator, Connie Kimitzis, and let's now take a look at both the lineups, starting with West Torrens Birkalla. Number 5, Reece Djurjevic. Number 6, Anthony Quici. Number 9, Austin Scambiatera. Number 10, Melid Ahmad. Number 13, Ethan Stevenson. Number 17, Charlie Devereaux. Number 20, the goalkeeper, Nicholas Harpus. Number 21, Boris Glushkov. Number 23, Thanasi Alessi. Number 39, Zoe Tsakani. And number 77, Chris Christophilos. For the visiting Vipers FC, in goal, number 1, Jose Latiga. Number 5, Romain Toscano. Number 6, Anthony Matosevic. Number 7, Lucas Candeloro. Number 10, Diego Garcia. Number 11, Jacob Jones. Number 12, Matthias Borges Rodriguez. Number 13, Rocco Colangelo. Number 15, Jordan Mugford. Number 18, Anthony Colangelo. And number 24, Abdul Balamba. As both teams make their way out onto the park for this huge clash, led by referee Thomas Brinkworth. The scene's set, the scenario simple. I'm joined by Simon Jimenez. Simon, thanks for joining me for this clash. It's pretty simple for Birkalla, isn't it? They win, they play NPL next year. If they lose or draw, they rely on a result at Playford versus Western Strikers.
Absolutely, you don't want to leave it in the hands of a team playing in another game, but if they get the win today, they will secure their spot, which means automatic promotion to the NPL, and that's what they'll be aiming for tonight. Vipers' 10th spot at the moment. They won't be finishing in the bottom couple, which is good news, but it also means not a whole lot to play for if they do get the win. But I'm sure we'll see a very motivated team out here tonight.
Both teams going through now the formality of the handshake. We were here a couple of weeks ago, well, I was here a couple of weeks ago, commentated the game, top of the table clash between Birkalla and Playford at the time, and just that week was Playford looking to wrap it up with a win that night. They could have gone 6 points clear in goal difference ahead, and they lost that game 2-1. So Birkalla won 2-1 that game. And then last week, Birkalla were able to get another 2-0 win, whilst Playford drew 3-3 with Salisbury, which means that tonight, Western Torrens Birkalla just need to win. Doesn't matter by how many, because it will be determined on points, not goal difference. Whilst if it does end in a draw, that does mean if the Playford game ends in a 3-point result for Playford, then it would come down to goal difference, so then it gets tricky.
Well, I've done some calculations there. Playford currently one ahead in goal difference, so if they do end up getting any result from that game, and it is a draw here, it means they will take that number 1 spot. So, ready for a really exciting one. Birkalla been red hot lately. 4 wins on the trot since round 18, which is also the round that coincided with Zoe Tsakani coming in. What was the stat we worked out? 6 goals in 4 games?
Yeah, we spoke about him on last night's commentary of the NPL game that we're at, which was his former team, Adelaide Olympic, who found themselves relegated last night. Zoe Tsakani left there 6 weeks ago. He's played 4 games for West Torrens Birkalla. He has scored 6 goals. He's had 2 assists. Tonight will be his 5th game, so
14 goals in 4 games with Birkalla, the last 4.
Yeah, altogether, yeah. It's a massive stat. They touched up Sturt a few weeks ago where they put 7 past Sturt, which really narrowed that goal difference down between them and Playford, and they've just gone on with the job since, and they'll be looking to cap it all off here tonight in what is building and is a huge crowd. You can't see on the camera, but if you look across the other side as this game kicks off, there's a fair few people on that side, but I'll tell you what, there's double if not triple on the near side here tonight to see, hopefully, West Torrens Birkalla regain NPL status. They've had a 2-year wait. They've been in State League 1 for 2 years now, so they'll be looking to go up and stay up for a good long while. They were a formidable force back in the Adelaide Galaxy days, and they'll look to regain that status here tonight.
Vipers won't want to make things easy for them. They're coming off a 3-0 loss last week. Some issues in defence last week. A couple of sloppy areas in defence resulted in 2 of the goals that they conceded. The other one was a bit of a funny one. Collision involving their captain, Dejan Markov, who actually isn't starting and isn't on the bench today. He just sort of went to ground after a collision, and unfortunately they were just left open there and conceded a goal. So they'll be looking to bounce back today.
Here is Thanasi Lessie, one of those players that come to Birkalla this season after playing at Eastern United last season. He actually teamed up with Zoid Sakani last season, and now they team up again here for West Torrens Birkalla, and they've both been worth their weight in gold. So Lessie most of the season, and as we've spoken about Sakani for the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's been absolutely unstoppable, and he'll look to keep that form going into the last game in the final series.
Perfect night to be playing tonight. Really still, no wind about. Not too cold yet as well with the 6 o'clock kickoff.
Zoid Sakani on the far side there, brought that ball down nicely and then had 3 players run at him like a bull. They obviously know that he's the danger man. It's quite clear. The stats don't lie, do they, Simon?
6 goals in the last 4 games. I think that's... how many assists did you say as well? There's a couple in the mix there.
2 assists, and he's been...
Yeah, I'm sure Vipers have been given a very specific assignment today, but Vipers now on the attack.
Yeah, so Vipers now having a little spell. If they can put a few passes together. Here's Balamba, the top scorer for Vipers. Slips in Ken Delora, who actually has been playing reserve for most of this year. Had a crack last week at his... I don't know if it was his senior debut, but it was definitely his first senior start, and he bagged a hat-trick last week, so Majid Ibrahim has given him the nod of approval to have another crack this week.
That was an encouraging little passage to start things off with for Vipers. So far looking pretty active on both sides.
Stevenson to Ahmad. Ahmad's left-footed pass. Couldn't quite find the target, but a little bit of a risky touch there by Mugford. He's had to just wheel around and kick it into touch for a throw-in, so Vipers trying to settle in and remain calm, but that touch there wasn't his greatest. Birkalla will have a throw in.
Mentioned a little bit earlier the couple of sloppy moments that resulted in conceding goals for the Vipers last week. One coming off a corner and just too much time left for their opposition in the 18-yard box.
Vipers get an early... Oh, sorry, it was Birkalla on that far side. Scambiatera it was, cutting in on his left. He normally operates on the right, but you can see tonight Ethan Stevenson has taken up that position on the right and Scambiatera on the left. Both in some pretty good form of late, scoring some crucial goals in their run the last few weeks. That ball's played forward by Jacob Jones. But in an offside position is Colangelo.
Second offside so far, but it seems early on they're favouring that left-hand side. They'll try break 3 there and break through wide and see if they can find a gap in Birkalla early. Birkalla definitely favoured tonight, but if they can get an early goal in, the landscape of the game will look a little bit different.
Birkalla restart. Thanasi Lessie now with the ball. Looks for a couple of options. He's got Christopher Phillips on the left side in a bit of space, but his touch is just behind him. Devereaux now in a bit of space to run forward. Finds Stevenson. Stevenson cuts in on his left foot. Has a go. And had to be saved by Latiga there. It's gone out for a corner kick, so Ethan Stevenson showing that he can play both sides of the park there by cutting in and having to go on his left foot and testing the goalkeeper early. So straight on the front foot are West Torrens Birkalla.
Can't question their firepower at the moment. Latiga tested early. Now Vipers conceded a goal, not off a corner kick, but in the follow-up of a corner kick last week. So they'll be wanting to be a bit more solid in defence tonight to not give Birkalla that time in the box.
It's going to be Christopher Phillips to deliver with his left foot. He can swing him right in on the keeper's head. He does exactly that. It's an early ball in. Has it gone in? No, the linesman hasn't flagged it. Devereaux, it falls. Scambiatera, a great save again by Latiga. Called into action 2 or 3 times in the first few minutes here. And West Torrens Birkalla, I don't think they can believe that they haven't gone ahead there, Simon.
Birkalla way too dangerous to be spending that much time in the 18-yard box. a little bit hard to see what was happening from this angle. A lot of scrambling around, and it could have easily been over the line there, but Latiga tested again early on, and fortunately, Vipers not conceding at this early stage.
Ahmad delivers on the keeper's head again. He comes, he can't catch. He's cleared by Rodriguez, but that clearance doesn't go where he wants it to go. It goes left of where he was and straight out for a throw-in. Still in a bit of a dangerous position here for West Torrens Birkalla.
Well, I think Birkalla will be a little bit encouraged from those last couple of passages that they managed to have Vipers on the back foot there. It means if they can stay in dangerous spots, they're giving themselves some good chances.
Christophilos finds Scambiatera. He's got Matosevic for company. The ball's to the back post. Another dangerous delivery. Ahmad wins the header.
Great cross from Scambiatera to set that up as well.
Lessie, too strong and big there for Lamba, but he can't find the pass, but it falls for Scambiatera. Oh, and his little reverse ball nearly found its way to Christophilos. Some big challenges going in early. Looked like he got the ball there, but referee saying he may have got the man first, so just a free kick just to slow things up here for Vipers, and they probably need a bit of a break at the moment. They've been under siege for the first 6.5 minutes here. Yeah,
it's a nice quick start to this game. Birkalla looking really dangerous on a couple of different occasions already. Latiga looks warmed up, so who knows when he'll be called into action next. Bit of pressure for the Vipers' defence as well. Birkalla looking to press high.
Oh, straight on the hammer of him there. Oh, that's a dangerous challenge, but the referee plays it on. Colangelo went to ground. Balamba finds Jacob Jones in the middle of the park. Bit of space to run at him. Dangerous player Jones. Slips that ball through for Rodriguez. An early chance here. Rodriguez goes to cut it back, but couldn't find his intended target in the box, which was Ken DeLauro. Jacob Jones with a nice little slip ball there. He's got the quality, Jacob. He's played, he's come from Adelaide Olympics, so he's played NPL and been at that level before, and that's another late-ish challenge there by the captain.
Well, we saw Nicholas Harpus called into action a moment ago there. Very nearly a really nice slip in there, and Birkalla, the team that's pressuring Vipers early, but Vipers very nearly opening up an opportunity there. Harpus will clear it. Set up a really nice goal, actually, last week for Zarkani.
Stevenson breaks. He hits it first time. Oh, and I reckon that's grazed the post.
I think it did. Brave decision by Latiga there.
My eyesight's not the greatest, but it did look like it was very close to the post.
I think Latiga turned around just in time to see it almost go in the goal, and I think he'll be thanking his lucky stars that it didn't in that case. And that's about 3 really dangerous moments for Birkalla so far. Just going back to a point I made a second ago, really crafty goal set up by a clearance from Nicholas Harpus last week that Sarkani capitalised on. A really long clearance out. It only took one touch from Sarkani to just nail an absolute worldie from the right-hand side. It was an absolute cracker, worth checking out on the FSA League's YouTube channel if you want to check out the highlight of it.
Yes, it was a very good finish by Zoid Sarkani. Actually, to be fair, every goal he's scored since he's come to Birkalla has been absolutely top shelf. And it really has showed the quality that he possesses. I think he's actually been nominated for the Carl's Junior Burger every time, so either he's very hungry or he's very good.
Yeah, that was absolutely unbelievable to watch that replay from the clearance. Literally just a foot to it. And anyway, will he be able to replicate that tonight?
Great little flick inside there. Candeloro finds Jones. Jones can't find Rodriguez. Christophilos picks it off. Scambiatera wins a throw in. So very fast start by the top of the table. Birkalla showing their quality and will to win this game here tonight. They know they know what is at stake. Adelaide Vipers FC, sorry, they don't really have too much to play for apart from a little bit of self-pride and maybe just to finish the season off strongly. They did start poorly this year. They were in the bottom 2 or 3 for a while, and they found their way almost making the finals now. at the end of the season, but just going to fall a few points short, aren't they, Simon? I think they're not going to make it by any stretch now tonight, so it's nothing to really play for as Birkalla go forward. Here is Sakani. We know what he can do. Cuts in. Might have a go. No, he doesn't. Gives it to his mate Lessie. Lessie slides in. The referee says play on. Candeloro finds the captain Garcia. Garcia now. Balamba, the top goal scorer for Vipers this year. He might have a go. He does. But he can't find the target. So that was a little bit better by Vipers.
Just like that, Vipers on the counter-attack. I was going to make the point a little bit earlier that it seems like they're a little bit eager going forward on the counter-attack compared to Birkalla. They're just a little bit more composed as they come forward. Vipers maybe just trying to capitalise on getting things done quick and exploiting a gap, and that's almost what they managed to do there. So you mentioned Vipers, not a whole lot to play for tonight as far as implications of their ladder position, but seems like they're up for it.
Sakani, great little turn inside by Sakani, and that's a great ball with the outside of the foot to find Christophilos in some space. Can he deliver? Gets it in. Rodriguez did well to track back there. Stopped what would be a fairly easy cross into the box in the end. And here is Rodriguez with the ball. So he had to chase back hard, and he did the work there, Rodriguez. That's
great
a great
ball to start the...
Matosevic as well. Great distributor of the ball is Anthony Matosevic. Both feet, left to right. Balamba can't keep himself onside.
Called offside for the third time that I've counted so far tonight. So
yeah, we've only played 12 minutes and he's been offside 2 or 3 times. So
well,
shows how watch that line.
Shows how eager they are to try exploit a gap there.
Quichi now with a pass out to Christophilos. Scambiatera makes a run forward and he's in some space now. And he wins a corner for his team. So, as well as Adelaide Vipers FC are making their way forward in little waves, it's just a little bit too easy for Birkalla. On the other hand, is that they just make a little forward run and another player moves inside and they find themselves with either a shot on goal or a corner opportunity. They're really breaking down Vipers quite easily, aren't they, in the first 12, 13 minutes?
Yeah, well, it seems they're moving it up the far end of the pitch basically at will now, and it's only been out of luck that they haven't managed to score yet.
Ahmad, deeper delivery. The keeper comes again. It falls, and it goes in! I'm not too sure who that come off of. It looks like Austin Scambiatera is going to claim it. That celebration that we've seen a few times in the last few weeks where he wipes the tears from his eyes. There may be tears of joy at the end of this if this scoreline stays like this, if they build on it. What a start by West Torrens Birkalla, Simon.
The corner was set up the same way it was for the last couple, put right on the head of the keeper in a really, really dangerous position. Both of the last corners that we've seen, a bit of a scramble to find the ball, and in that case, Birkalla in the right place. Rewarded for delivering the ball into really dangerous positions, and they're on the board. 1-0 Birkalla, 13 and a little bit minutes in. And Vipers eager to attack early. Looks like they might have to dial up the pressure a little bit more now as well if they do want to continue to challenge.
Referee plays that one on. The captain, Garcia, tries to do a little bit of fancy footwork in front of the Birkalla bench and the Birkalla faithful on that side, and boy, did he hear about it. As we get to just have a look at that goal again. Yeah, it did come off Scambiatera. It was actually Djurdjevic with the original shot, but Scambiatera's jogging on the spot. 1-0, West Torrens Birkalla. 14 minutes played. And they get the ball back here. Now look just to really... Oh, here goes Stevenson with a long ball. Harper's trying to recreate last week's effort with the through ball. But Birkalla, now that they've taken that lead, they're either just going to really step on the gas and put it to bed, or they'll just look to control the tempo a bit better. And
well, I think 13 minutes in is probably a little bit early to go defensive, but given that Vipers have been content to counter-attack a little bit, looks like they might be able to just sit back a little bit more and have slightly less urgency I mean, as you said before, they've been basically coming up that left-hand side at will so far and delivering those crosses in.
That pass there by Lessie. Can't find either of his teammates that he was looking for. He had Stevenson and Glushkov both on the right-hand side free, and the pass split. Both of them went out for a throw-in. A bit of a late push there by Takani on Colangelo, and Colangelo may have caught Ahmad as he went to ground. Nothing real malice in it, but hopefully he's all right. He gets to his feet now. One thing I have noticed doing a bit of, you know, as we need to research a few stats and stuff like that, the thing about the West Torrens Birkalla squads over the last 5 years is that they've kept maintaining players each year. So if you look back to maybe 2019, they had a couple of players that are out here tonight. And as the seasons have gone by, they've managed to keep that group together, which is probably why they've been so strong, not only this year, but even last year they were good under Galekis in his first year. And they've built on that as Stevenson goes forward. They look for that second goal early on. He nutmegs, gets into the box. That was some good work. But even with the squad that they had, you know, you bring Zoid Sarkani in and look what he's done for them. Bit of experience. He's played back over in Greece and come to Australia, and he's really got the pedigree to play football, doesn't he? Especially here where it's a little bit more physical, and he's got the build for it, so it suits him well, I think. He's
just so explosive and dangerous, but I really like the philosophy that you mentioned, just having a bit of consistency in the team. You get some teams that they'll try to pick up the players to make a difference on their own, but you know, you need to be able to have that consistency for the same team to be able to come out on the park, play together. You know, it's all well and good if you can have your real standout performances from time to time, but you have to have your players that can just go out there and do a job, and by making sure you've got the same squad out there, or for the most part for 5 seasons in a row, and just add those extra people to add a little bit of spark or potency. I think that's the way to do it.
Scambiatera now finds himself into space. Can he find his second? He does! It's 2-0! Austin Scambiatera's got his second. Here's a way to celebrate. Birkalla, 2-0 up here, and we've not even played 18 minutes.
Well, I don't think Scambiatera would have been expecting to find himself on the scoreboard twice, just 18 minutes in, but what a start Birkalla are off to. We mentioned once they're 1-0 up that you can sort of take the pressure off. 2-0's a lot better than that. I'm just waiting for the replay to load so I can see that again. As cool as you like.
The build-up play was excellent, wasn't it? One-touch passing.
Well, again, it ended up coming from that left-hand side. Beautifully switched over to Scambiatera. Just really calmly got it, controlled it, and just slotted it in. 2-0, 18 minutes in for Birkalla.
So we've got 2 goals here. We've got some goals elsewhere as well. We've got our mega board on again here, Simon, like we did last night. We'll go around the grounds quickly. At Regency Park, which is where Strikers play their home game, they're actually playing play for the other team in contention for the top of the table finish. Playford are 2-0 up there, but it is irrelevant because of the scoreline that we've got here. So they're 2-0 up. West Torrens Birkalla are also 2-0 up. Salisbury and Fulham is still 0-0. Adelaide Cobras 1, Sturt Lion 0, Cumberland 1, Blue Eagles 1, and West Adelaide 1, Victory 0. So a few goals flying in elsewhere, but none of them will really matter if this scoreline stays in favour of Birkalla, because they'll be the ones cheering at the end of the night.
Well, Playford can do their bit to underline their ladder position.
Another ball put in. Oh, and Zakani with a late challenge there. So a late challenge by Zoid Zakani, and that is just absolutely silly considering they're 2-0 up. They would hate, for all the good work you've done in the last 4 weeks for them, if you happen to find yourself on the receiving end of a red card for something so silly like that, would really put a dampener on what's happening here tonight. And especially given that Playford are 2-0 up, it is crucial that they just maintain their heads here.
Just looking at the replay of that, looked like Garcia maybe landed on his foot. Quite funny there. what I can't really figure out is why Sarkani decided to basically slide tackle him from behind. You just 2-0 up in an attacking position. I don't know why you do that. Possibly getting a little bit over-eager so far. Yeah, or maybe he just wants to get on the board so far tonight.
Birkalla, can Vipers pull one back and make it interesting? Gets into the box, a little bit of trickery. They can't clear it at the moment, Birkalla.
Birkalla looking sloppy in defence now.
To Colangelo. The brothers combine. Birkalla cuts inside, but leaves the ball behind. Can he get a shot away? No. He cuts inside again. And he can't find the pass that he's looking for. So, a bit of a wasted opportunity there. They had a chance for a couple of efforts on goal, but they didn't take any of them. Now waltzing out of defence there. As Colangelo picks the ball up. Oh, and they've given it away. Stevenson. Garcia's there. Stevenson gets it back, though. Mugford was caught out of position and had to chase all the way back. Colangelo does well to body it out and win the throw-in.
A couple little moments of inattention there and just not being careful enough for Birkalla. Both from that tackle for Sarkani and that defensive effort they had moments ago. Almost seemed on the other end that Vipers, although they had possession, didn't have any options to get
nearly turn it over again. Just a couple of little rash challenges for Birkalla when they don't really need to. Just leaving a foot in where the referee's going to always pay that. He's paid it since the first whistle. So, consistent as always is Brinkworth, the man in the red top, refereeing this match. And Vipers trying to build up from the back here, and they got a couple of players that try to play out, but they give it away quickly there. Stevenson had to be a well-timed tackle by Toscano. Birkalla win the throw-in, do they? No, they don't. Somehow the referee or the linesman has adjudicated that one to go Vipers' way, so they get the throw-in. We have some news down at Regency Park. Western Strikers are down to 10 men. So a red card for Western Strikers, unsure of who it is. So Playford, you would assume, are just going to cruise home in that game down there, aren't they? And just really pray to the football gods that Vipers can pull back a few goals here.
Well, Playford in second spot at the moment. I'm just having a look at the ladder. Blue Eagles on 38. 2-0 up for Playford. You can, I guess, think you're on track to get the 3 points, but I'm just thinking if Blue Eagles do manage to get a win there, goal difference-wise, they're neck and neck. So, but box seat for Playford, 2-0 up against 10 men.
They've been in the box seat for a fair few weeks, and they've managed to throw it away. So it's not over till it's over. We've still got a long way to go here tonight. Only 20 minutes gone in all the games. So
on the flip side of that fixture, Western Strikers second from bottom and no chance of getting out of there.
Really sums up
tonight.
Their season, doesn't it, that red card?
Yep.
I do believe there is going to be a coaching change at Western Strikers next year, where they be in State League 2, so they'll be relegated. But here goes West Torrens. Birkalla, Stevenson, ball into the box. Oh, and Zoid Sarkani was there, licking his lips. It would have been the easiest one of all his goals he scored if he had got on the end of that.
Well, Western Strikers in State League 2 the year before last. I think it was just one, but they'll be going down for 2025. We know that for sure.
Sarkani has to be careful. He's on that yellow card, so he can't really do too much wrong from here on in. As another goal goes in on our mega board here. West Adelaide taking a 2-0 lead over Adelaide Victory. I don't think West Adelaide can trouble anybody, can they? I think they can finish in the 6 if results go their way, but
6 is up for grabs.
I think there's 2 or 3 teams that can finish 6, isn't there?
Salisbury United on equal points in 6th spot. Sturt Lions on 32 at the moment, so 5th and 6th definitely up for grabs tonight.
Sturt Lions trailing at the moment to Cobras. would mean that West Adelaide do sneak into the 6. Is that right?
Well,
at this stage?
Cobra's on 29 points at the moment, so they're in 8th at the moment and still within. I'm not quick enough on the maths to figure it out, but that
Here
middle
is
table.
Scambiatera, sorry to cut you off. But yeah, it's, like I said last night, all this maths is no good for me. Because I was never any good at school. And when you're trying to work it out on the fly what's going on, it makes it very hard. But I'll tell you one thing is for sure, Simon, that all of that we just spoke about is irrelevant because Salisbury United have just taken the lead, which means they would cement that 6th spot. So they have just taken a 1-0 lead over Fulham. Here is the ball into the box. Christophilos couldn't find anybody, and it's just swept clear by Vipers. And they look to just come out and put a bit of pressure on. Birkalla trying to play from the back. No Cohen Morris in the squad tonight for West Torrens Birkalla, who's been a pillar of their defence since he's come back into the team. I think he was out long term with injury, so whether he's picked up a little niggle last week, I'm not sure. Oh, that's a great ball. It's Rodriguez on the end of it. Can he have a go? He does. I'm not sure if that was a shot or half a cross, but in the end it was swept past the post and Colangelo couldn't get a hold of it, so it goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it looked threatening either way, and Colangelo nearly in the right spot to follow up on that, but unfortunately not to be. I'll tell you what, this mega wall, while we got a lot of action happening in front of us, it's very dangerous because it's a good distraction from what's in front of us as well. And now that Birkalla 2-0 up, I guess the pressure eased on them for the time being. Still early days though, just 27 minutes in.
Still plenty of time to go in all the games, as we've said. Vipers, a little bit of a waltzing run out of defence here by Mugford. What's he got in store?
Doing
Thought
on
he
his
was going
own
to
by
have
the
a
looks
shot
of
there,
it,
but he
yeah.
passes to Colangelo. Calendra's crosses safely into the hands, but Mugford just maybe saying, hey, I can play up the park a little bit here, Majid.
Well,
and Zoe Sakani nearly brought that down very well.
a couple of different series moving forward there for Vipers, and both in which ended kind of in a half cross, half shot, but moving the ball forward again. Good to see. Certainly not looking like they're going to pull up stumps at this early stage for 2-0 down. Defensively, though, still a couple of errors happening here and there as well. As much as they're 2-0 down and probably eager to attack and get one back, they just have to settle a little bit. Not going to make life any easier for themselves if they end up conceding yet another. And again, 3-0 was the margin that they ended up going down by last week. And at least 2 of those goals are basically happening out of sloppy defensive errors.
And Charlie Devereaux just getting his radar a bit offset there and mispassing that one out of play. He's got some pedigree, has Charlie Devereaux. He was involved in the Adelaide City team that won back-to-back titles a few years ago, so he definitely knows how to win titles at the top level. So he'll be not only crucial tonight, but obviously in their quest, if they can manage to get to the NPL next year, he'll be a huge player to have in that team, especially in the middle of the park. He just runs, everything just runs through him. So he's got some great pedigree about him. Throw in is taken. Lessie finds Quichi. He goes for a drive now. Finds Christophilos. Rodriguez does well to win the ball back off of Christophilos for a throw in. To be taken by Matosevic on the far side. There's a lot of space on this near side, isn't there, for Colangelo to run into?
Well, he's been floating around there for about the last 10 minutes or so. He's had at least one nice run onto it. Moments ago, a ball came in his direction, but not really weighted in the right way that he could run onto it and be threatening. But definitely looking like that's the plan there.
Sakani looks to go inside. He does. He loves doing that. Sakani loves going inside with the ball. Gives him that option to play a little slip inside, have a shot, cross. He can do it all. So very dangerous when he does that, but he couldn't do anything that time. He lost the ball. Now it's Vipers. Mugford. Colangelo Given away, though, by Colangelo. It's Stevenson. He's got some pace, Stevenson, and Mugford goes in very strongly there. Wins the ball cleanly, though. Belamba. One of the danger players for Vipers. Can't do anything that time. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Birkalla players to deal with.
It was up to take him on, but unfortunately outbodied by the 3 Birkalla players, which were all individually bigger than him. But offering a little bit of support on that left-hand side to Colangelo, who did receive the ball there moments ago after we said he was floating around right in front of where the camera position is.
Stevenson finds Devereaux. Devereaux on that left foot. Is he going to have a go? He does. It deflects. Nearly goes in. So Charlie Devereaux showing us what he can do with that left foot. Even though it took a massive deflection, the keeper was rooted to the spot. Bit of an update, Simon. It looks like there's going to be a cricket score at Regis. That used to be a cricket oval down there, and it looks like there's going to be a cricket score on there. Playford are 4-0 up. So Playford City really putting the foot down, not leaving any stone unturned and hoping for a miracle here.
So where are we looking at the moment on that battle for 5th and 6th then? We'll talk about that after this.
We'll just come back to that one. Devereaux clips one back into the near post. It's there. Scambiatera's there. Is it 3? It almost is. Comes off the post. Scambiatera nearly had a hat-trick.
Another mad scramble.
Lessie will look to just clip this one back in. He's got a couple of players. He's got Colangelo there. Just back to that update, mate. Salisbury have taken a 2-0 advantage now as well. So that would mean that they cement themselves in that 6th spot just off the top of my head. So all the teams that are required to win are winning at the moment. So no real surprises out there. Here is Sakani. He's in some space. Is he going to have a go? He is. Zoe Sakani. My car's parked over there somewhere. Please be careful.
Company car, you'll be right.
That's not his best effort, that's for sure, after the past few weeks. So
I figured he may as well have a crack.
He's got his sider out of the way now, and he'll just have to adjust the radar.
Just back onto that very near third goal for Birkalla just a couple of minutes ago. Another instance of Vipers just really struggling to contain it. Way too far back. Latigua's been really working hard tonight to try to contain those loose balls. And as I said, those defensive areas just carrying over from last week as well. A couple of moments of threatening attack for Vipers, but again, just to rehash an earlier point, it's not going to help if they have to get back 3 all of a sudden.
No, it seems fairly comfortable, like I said, for all those teams at the moment that are looking for those wins tonight. Not too many surprises at the moment. The only one that really is playing a dead rubber at the moment is Cumberland versus Adelaide Blue Eagles. So both of those teams have top 6 cemented. It's just a matter of who finishes where. If it's a draw, nothing will change. If Cumberland can win that game, they will finish 3rd, and Blue Eagles will finish 4th. So they'll just do a little swapsies there. The other games, West Adelaide versus Victory, Cobras versus Sturt, will turn into dead rubbers if Salisbury keep their advantage against Fulham. And then we have obviously these 2 games that are for the top of the table. We've got Birkalla 2-0 up at the moment, and Playford 4-0 up against the 10-man Western Strikers. So Zoe Sakani brings that one down. Ahmad, that's great interplay there by the 3 players, and Sakani with the outside of the foot. Christophilis just maybe came inside a little bit too early there, and if he had have held a bit more width, he would have been on the end of that to deliver another cross into the box. But Sakani's just so dangerous when he links up with Devereaux. They've done it a couple of times now. It's just one-touch play, linking up through the middle of the park, and they're so dangerous because they just got wands on those boots sometimes. One left, one right. It's always a great little asset to have in your team. The Vipers now. Garcia trying to find his range, and that's not going to be good enough, and he's a little bit disappointed with that effort.
Just having a bit of a look at the State League 2 results from a little bit earlier this afternoon. We can tell you already that in 2025, Pontian Eagles will feature in State League 1. Their spot will be taken up by Western Strikers and Adelaide Victory. It's still one other team to claim a position in State League 1 for next year.
Yeah, that was a massive result for Pontian. I think it was 1-1 at one stage. I think our our photographer, Antonis Pagonis, was down there early and he said it was 1-1 and it was just after all one-way traffic, and there was a big celebration down at Yalumba Reserve for that victory. They won 3-2 in the end, I think it was.
3-2, yeah. 56th minute equaliser from Joshua Coyne from Mobile Vista, so would have had Pontian a little bit nervous there, but a lot of action happening late.
And also in State League 2 today, it was confirmed that Adelaide Uni ended up finishing third after being top of the table pretty much for 3/4 of the year, or 3/4 of the season. They've dropped to third after losing to Cove 4-0 today. So Cove finished second and get the week off. Uni will finish third and they'll play 6th place Eastern United in the elimination game. And then in the other game, it was Northern Demons winning today quite comfortably. They finish 5th. They'll play the 4th place Modbury Vista. So a couple of big games in State League 2. And to be honest with you, any one of those teams can really make the final and go up with Pontian Eagles.
Well, like all the competitions, super close, and any one team able to upset another on any given week.
So it'll be interesting to see the outcomes of what happens in the next few weeks. We've got lots to play for, obviously. If Pontian Eagles were to make the grand final, the team that then makes the grand final gets an automatic pretty much before they even play. They know they're promoted with Pontian. Whereas if Pontian don't make the final, you've got two teams going head-to-head for that last spot. And the same would happen here in State League 1, whereas at the moment looking like West Torrens Birkalla will have automatic promotion and can just rest on their laurels. I think I spoke to Amina Yubi before the game. He's the president of Birkalla. He's quite happy for the boys to get the job done tonight and then have a bit of a rest. And not saying if you make a grand final you don't want to win it, but they know that the job's done if they get it done tonight. So that's why they're all here for. They're all here for promotion and to play NPL.
Well, it makes things a little bit more interesting for the other teams taking part in the finals then as well. You don't even have to win that final one if Birkalla do make it.
Yeah, you just got to get there.
You just got to get there, then you're guaranteed. I'm just thinking, though, first round of final State League 2, Northern Demons and Modbury Vista. I know your brother's featuring the Northern Demons side.
Yeah,
my brother-in-law's playing for Modbury Vista.
Yeah, Dimos is your brother-in-law. He actually played for Demons, so he'll play his old team next week. I think that's going to be at Modbury Vista's home ground because they finished above them, and Demons actually beat them quite convincingly last week in Port Pirie, so we'll see what happens. Could be an interesting final series all round.
Absolutely.
Back to this one, though. It's Ahmad. Can't do anything with that ball. It's Balamba now sort of finds himself inside of where he normally plays out wide. Scambiatera, though. Christophilis overlapping, but he can't get there. It's cut off by Candeloro.
Birkalla just continuing to look really threatening coming from that left-hand side.
We do have another goal elsewhere, which does change the table a little bit, and that is Cumberland United taking a 2-1 lead over Blue Eagles, so they would actually go into third position. It's Colangelo here, though. Oh, and we've got one back, have we? No, we don't. Rodriguez just getting enough on that to put it past Harpers.
Once again, we can't get too concerned with what's happening in other games. Look Up and Vipers are deep on the counter-attack there. Just having a look at the replay here. Found Colangelo wide. They've been looking for him. Cuts it back into Balama. Flick on there, but just curled away and on the wrong side of the post, unfortunately.
Sakani now going full steam ahead. Just a reminder that he has picked up that early yellow card, so Got to watch his step a little bit. He loves to jump in and sort of throw his weight around a little bit, so he's got to be a little bit careful here.
He'd have to be careful, and I think if you're playing conservative as well, once we get into the second half, you'd probably be looking at giving him a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, well, as long as the job's done, I'm sure they will. I'd love to bring on a few of the younger boys to experience tonight if they get that chance. But as long as, I would assume, as long as it's, you know, if it stays 2-0, they'll probably want these starting 11 out there for as long as possible.
Well, there's a couple of different ways to look at that, because as we keep mentioning, they've already qualified for the NPL. Handball there, not caught by the ref.
Yeah, it was. It was quite clear. Nobody saw that except for us, I think.
Sarkani got away with that one.
Vipers get the ball back in the end. Yeah, it's one of those ones, you know, you want him out there, but also you don't want to risk going down to 10 men for, you know, the last, you know, we've still got a half and 5 minutes of this half to go in the second half, so you don't want to go down to 10 men for any longer than bloody 5-10 minutes. Otherwise, you're in a bit of strife these days. You can see what's happened to strikers. They went down to 10 men and they've conceded 4 goals. So,
well, Vipers are still looking pretty threatening at the moment as they line up for a corner. Another little almost chance there going forward. And it seems like they probably have had the more almost chances in the last 5 minutes or so. Getting closer and closer to the halfway mark. 41 minutes in.
Belamba delivers with his left foot. It's met by Matosevic. He missed the ball, then Colangelo turned his back. It come off his back, and in the end it's just cleared by Birkalla for a throw in. And as quickly as that goal went in for Cumberland, Blue Eagles have got an equaliser. So it's 2-2 there now. Goals flying in all over the place tonight. The referee has picked up a free kick here. So it's a little bit of a dangerous one as we approach half-time. Into the 43rd minute. Just a couple of minutes to play of regular time and maybe 1 or 2 additionals. But West Torrens Birkalla will be looking to get into the change rooms with this 2-0 lead, and they would not want to concede here. It's going to be delivered by Belamba again. This time it's going to be on his right foot. Can he put it in the mixer? He can. It's a good ball. It's in there. It's cleared. Christophilos, I think it is. No. Lushkov it was that tried to run the ball down and ended up just touching it too far ahead of him, out for a throw in. Now it's Garcia for Vipers. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper.
Belamba did his job on that free kick. A really nice ball in, but no one quite looking threatening enough. I guess on the flip side was how Birkalla have been looking with those long balls in, just always looking threatening there and catching Vipers on the back foot, but Birkalla just defensively looking far superior from those set-piece type opportunities.
Oh, and that's given away cheaply. Devereaux can't find Scambiatera. Matosevic intercepts it and goes on a bit of a run. As I mentioned earlier, he can be dangerous with his range of passing. He stays into an additional position out wide now. He might get this and get across into the box. Goes through Rodriguez first. Matosevic, but he looks like he's out of play. The linesman puts his flag up. It'll be a Birkalla throw in on the far side as we approach now the 45th minute.
I'd expect Birkalla to probably get a bit of a talking to in terms of how much they're letting Vipers go forward at this point in time. They've probably let a couple more in than they would have liked at this stage. As I said, Vipers with a couple of almost opportunities, none looking like they're bang on, but the more time it spends moving forward for them, the better opportunity they have of getting one back.
Yeah, I think the message will be quite simple, as we've spoken about a couple of times. It'll just be to remain calm, not do anything silly that's going to potentially cost a red card for one of those, you know, Sarkani, for example. And maybe just to not concede free kicks in dangerous positions where Belamba can whip him in like he did. So
yeah,
it's going to be quite a basic message, but it'll be very stern, like you said. And Stevenson doesn't do well enough on that occasion to try and get the cross in. In the end, he just tries to tap it onto the player, and the player jumped out the way, and it's going to be a goal kick for Vipers. And we now tick over to additional time. Thomas Brinkworth will end this one when he's ready. Balamba comes inside again. Lessie's there, sends him all the way back. He's got some time to turn and face forward and now run forward. So a very lively player is Balamba. Oh, Mugford nearly got himself into a bit of a pickle there. And Devereaux's little flick was trying to be outdone by his teammate Stevenson. He flicked it 20 metres back the other way. It would be a throw in for Mugford now.
Would have been pretty spectacular if he did pull it off, but
tried the little rainbow flick on the run. Didn't quite work.
He wanted to go to Carl's Jr., I think.
Flick it over his head and smash it into the top corner, maybe.
That'd be a goal. That would be a goal. Not to be.
Not yet. Still 45 minutes for Zoid Sakani to show us what he's been doing the last couple of weeks.
You're probably going to wait till you're 3-0 up to start giving that sort of stuff a crack. And they look like they're searching for the third at this stage. Scambiatore would love to make it a hat-trick, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did it a few weeks ago in that 7-1 thumping. He scored 3 goals in about 15 minutes. So he knows certainly how to do it. As he's shown us tonight, he's already got 2. Lessie picks that one off. Oh. It's Stevenson. He gets into the box. Can there be a late goal? Mugford comes across and swats away the ball, and it spun out for a throw-in. I thought that was going to go out for a corner very easily, but it ended up going out for a throw-in. We play on here, so we're approaching now the 3rd minute of additional time.
About to watch that replay of that opportunity there. Stevenson just with too much space there. Lucky he didn't get a shot off earlier, to be perfectly honest.
Well, that will do us for the first half, and what a first half it was for West Torrens, Birkalla, and the fans that have made their way here. It's a huge crowd in to watch this game. They know what's at stake. The players certainly know what's at stake, and they've done well. They'll take a 2-0 lead into the halftime break, Simon, and really the first goal sort of was a bit of luck, but the second goal was a class finish by Scambiatore, wasn't it?
You could say luck, but the ball was looking really threatening, especially, you know, the first half of that first half where they did manage to find the back of the net twice. And Vipers, as they were last week, punished for just being too sloppy.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the COTA SA website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jeps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
Welcome all to the Summit Sports and Recreation Centre for round 2 all to Campbelltown. They lost 2-0 at home to Modbury last weekend, so that put a little stutter in their course for the last couple of games of this season. But a big game like this away from home.
And they'll go up to 6. They'll leapfrog Beograd and Croydon, who have both got 25 points.
We're underway here. That's Jovanovic and Ayubi leading the line for Adelaide United. Of course, we've got a couple of other ins this week. Johnny Yule tackling with the eye now. And it'll be Stanisic to come away with it. Another poor giveaway that time to Gutierrez. What a great save from Ethan Cox there.
Fantastic save, but what a strike from Gutierrez as well. The ball just broke to him. Just
time in that wing, and they're still battling it out. And still stays in as well. Crawford might get a second opportunity. He's gone past him. Finds Jovanovic into the box. Left-footed strike. Luka Jovanovic. 7 goals for the season now. And that's why he's the leading marksman for our Adelaide United.
That was a great strike to the far post, wasn't it? Curled in. We had a great angle of it, didn't we? Curled it into this to that far post and beyond the reach of Oxenham, and that is a hell of a reach that he's got too. So to beat him there, fantastic shot.
They always go short from corners, so now it's Yule, edge of the box. We've seen him crack it from here.
Oh.
It looks like it might have got a deflection out for another corner, but he was looking for another screamer there, Johnny Yule. Here's Crawford with an excellent ball to Garuccio. He's found his way in behind. The rock's almost there. Just past the post from Garuccio, though.
Little stab with the left foot. It was a toe poke, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that got away from him there, and obviously he's just had the little bit of extra speed to get on the end of it. And both teams have been playing to the conditions quite well. Now it's Leai, edge of the box. His first strike and goal. Left-footed strike that Cox has claimed, who's near. Goes far post for Dorban now. Great save, though, from Cox. He stayed on side as well. I'm sure the Adelaide United backline were wondering how he got away from them all. And top scorer at this venue for visiting teams. In the NPL at least. But he's obviously scored here on two occasions. And these days, Garuccio's now crowded out by Adelaide City numbers. But he's done enough pressure to win it again. It's Luka Jovanovic going one way, then the other. Enough time to shoot. He hasn't. And the referee's pointed to the penalty spot.
I don't think that. I'm surprised at that. Look, all respect to the ref. He's made the decision. He's not going to change his mind, but...
almost a save there from Dakota Oshanan, but it's found its way into the top left corner. It's 2-0, and that's 2 for Luka.
Yeah, Oxenham a bit upset with himself. He did get a hand to it. Good goalkeeping, and he's a big guy. He'd be hard to beat from anywhere, I think, but Oxenham a bit unlucky. Got a hand to it, but not quite enough to push it out to the side. And
for Adelaide United now. He's got Garuccio coming with the overlap. He's going to float it into the near post, far post. It goes to Yaya Dakuli with a tap in on his left foot. And as we just mentioned, Luka Jovanovic loves this venue. No one loves him more than Yaya Dakuli. 3 goals in 3 years, David.
Wow. Oh, what a celebration. Look, I think that might just be it for Adelaide City. I think they've really struggled to try and be clinical up front, and now they find themselves 3-0 down. And
Booker now sets to deliver in a dangerous spot. What a save from Ethan Cox. As well on the broadcast as well, they did mention. Oh, sorry, there's Luka Jovanovic has nipped that one in. Looking to find somebody, or he's going to go for a hat-trick. He might. Luka Jovanovic! There it is, 3 for the man, 3 for the number 9, and that's back-to-back hat-tricks for Luka Jovanovic.
Fine finish, and Adelaide City backed off again. I mean, this is what they were doing, this is what I was talking about before. They sort of backed off and they let him come through, and I thought he was going to play it across the face of goal, and maybe City did as well, but in the end he's had a shot that's beaten Oxenham from a fairly tight angle, but yeah, they just backed off and gave him the freedom of...
Barker, it's not too rural compared to a couple of other games that play in rural venues, but it's only about 25-30 minutes from the city, and anything east side as well. So another big game here at Mount Barker. Adelaide United that finished 4-0 win over Adelaide City, with the highlight being, I'm sure you can't take the man of the match away now from Luka Jovanovic.
The Matildas are on fire, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough.
Welcome to Kilburn Sportsplex for Football SA's broadcast. They're led out by tonight's referee, Mark Padros, and the assistant referees are Noah Dempsey and Mark Dempsey. Both teams are in their just waiting on the whistle, and there it is, and we are away. Early touches for the back line, and maybe get an early shot away, a chance for City. West Adelaide trying to clear. It's come out to Atkins, just wide. Good start for City. Is this a chance for Burns to get onto the ball? Abby Burns comes into the shot. She can take a shot. Burns, excellent save. It comes to Blackett. It's a goal. It's a goal for Nicole Blackett. And who better to score the opening goal in the WNPL at Kilburn? In the minds of all of West players. But they're under pressure now from Dorber. Dorber might equalise. She's done really, really well. That's a tremendous goal by Chelsea Dorber. Pete is ahead of her. Gray wants to get it into Guajardo. It's a good ball. Pete! It's just wide. Macaulay wants to get it up onto the attacking left. And that's where Guajardo is, who's swapped with Seaton. Guajardo! It's coming out to Burnett. And Gray tries the shot. No problem there for Leon. Johns is overlapping. Macri decides to go forward and get it to Burnett. Burnett! Good save, Lucas. Good move by West, though. But Noto, her ball's only found Guajardo here. Guajardo will go the shot. Noto, oh, she had to dive in the end. Now Pete and McFarlane are there. Takes on Burnett. It's a good ball through. Dorber goes the shot. Saved by Noto. Here's Hodgson for West. Gets a good cross in. And it might come out to Mitchell. But it's blasted wide. It's back with Hodgson. Mitchell gets it in board. That's a nice ball. Blackett. Nicole Blackett. Oh, yes. It's a classic Blackett goal, and she gets her second, and West are back in front. Macri's onside here. And Mullen is bursting in the middle. It's the first time ball. Mullen! Great move, West. Abby back in board. But, oh, it's come through to Pete. The flag stays down. Noah Pete! Straight to Noto. Johns. That ball. Blackett is there. Nicole Blackett. Is this the hat-trick? Blackett! Saved. Costanzo puts it back in board. Away by Gilchrist. But now it's with DeCola, who's onside. DeCola, that's a really good cross. Macri. Pitched away by Lucas. But still the ball's still pinballing in the area. And now it's a shot from Mullen! Mallory Mullen makes it 3-1. DeCola tries to get it inboard. Burnett. That's a good touch. Mullen! Saved. It's going to be another West corner. And City on the march again. There's the ball for Hodgson. Hodgson is onside. Emily Hodgson. Will she go the shot? She squares it. It must be a goal, and it is. And that's another really good ball from Johns to Blackett. Blackett, Macri sprinting in, so's Mullen. Still Blackett. Gets the cross. No, she goes for goal and gets her hat-trick. Nicole Blackett makes it 5-1. Guajardo looking for a late consolation. Guajardo goes the shot. It's a great shot. It's a great goal by Valeria Guajardo. Remaining. Macaulay with the clearance. And that is the final whistle. A fantastic win for West Adelaide here at Kilburn. A great way to mark this historic occasion for the home side.
As here come our two sides. The bar has been set. It's a great run from Kyra Cooney-Cross.
Turn under pressure.
Here come the Socceroos again. Good one on the right foot, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough. What a goal! The Matildas are running amok. Opens up for the shot.
Sinclair the double. There's the back foot. Australia head over heels about these superstars.
Welcome back for the second half here in the Men's State League 1, where West Torrens Birkalla hold a 2-0 lead over Vipers FC. And so far, so good, Simon, for the home faithful here. There is an absolute huge amount of people that have gathered. The little grandstand's full. The foot traffic area is quite full. Across the other side, directly from the camera, is got a few heads there, and they're all anticipating one thing, aren't they?
Well, it's looking so busy here that I can't see any smoke coming from over the Silverla section over the corner over there, so that's a little bit disappointing, but definitely treated to a great game so far. 2-0 up for Birkalla. Scambiatera, the one doing the damage thus far. I mean, they've looked really comfortable from early on. Probably Vipers starting to get back a little bit of momentum in the latter part of that first half, but Birkalla 2-0 in front, and probably reflecting the, I guess, slight difference in quality between the two teams that we've seen thus far.
Yeah, it's been a crazy night of goals flying in left, right and centre, and just to kick things off before this free kick, Playford have taken a 5-0 lead over the 10-man Strikers 1 minute after the half resumed. Here's a free kick though for Vipers, safely into the hands of Harpus in the end. So, as we mentioned earlier on, Playford doing their job, knowing that they need a bit of a miracle here from Vipers. They're still getting the job done in an away game at Regency Park, which is where Western Strikers have played their home games for a majority of this season. So, they're 5-0 up, and that result is pretty much beyond doubt at the moment. So, all eyes are pretty much fixed on what we're watching and whether West Torrens Birkalla can go on with it here and maybe put it to bed, hang on to this 2-0 lead, or can Vipers draw some life into this one and make a grandstand finish and have maybe 20, 30 blokes watching their phones down at Regency Park after that game finishes?
Well, I think in terms of the Playford and Strikers game, unlike the situation that Birkalla's in at the moment, which if they do carry this advantage through to 90 minutes, that they'll have automatic promotion into the NPL. Playford will still have to play in the finals to win that promotion, so getting a bit of momentum and confidence into the following weeks will be important for them. But 5-0 up, that's certainly the way to do it.
Here's Ahmad Zakani. Is he going to have a go? Try his luck for distance, he does. And I was expecting the net to bulge there with his form in the last few weeks. But just given away so easily by Vipers, wasn't it, in the middle of the park? They won it back and then just straight away give it back in a dangerous position too. Rodriguez can't bring that one down. Scambiatera He's got Christophilis overlapping on the left-hand side. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. Oh, and Sakani was jogging on the spot again. Leslie's going to win the header. Devereaux's going to bring it down. Sakani's there. Ahmad's also there. Slips it out. Stevenson has a go. It's 3-0. And guess what it is? It's an Austin Scambiatera hat-trick.
3 goals for Scambiatera. What a game he's had so far. His other goals sort of originating from the left-hand side. That one was straight in front. I'm waiting for that to come up on the replay because that's one worth watching again.
Well, if the first one just hit him and went in, that one there was a smart little finish because it was smacked across the goal by Stevenson, and Scambiatera was there just to flick it in with his left foot. Great little finish.
Just putting himself in the right positions, and Vipers just not really having that composure, not being able to stop those loose players as they come in. And on a couple of different occasions tonight, we've seen them punished for that.
So West Torrens, Birkalla, just 2.5 minutes into the second half, a bit like what Playford did down the other end of town, have taken no time to increase the lead. And I get the sense they're going to want to go on and really have a party here tonight.
Well, at this stage, Playford, as soon as they get wind of the scores over here, they'll realise that top spot on the ladder will be out of their reach, and it's seeming like maybe they're just going to punish Western Strikers for that.
There's always one way to take your frustrations out, isn't it? But here is Rodriguez.
Ooh.
Vipers with a bit of a chance to maybe draw some sort of life back into this after the wind was taken out of him with that early strike. And Austin Scambiatera hat-trick, his second hat-trick in just 3 or 4 weeks. Sakani releases him again. He's not going to make it to the ball that time. Oh, Sakani wasn't aware that Rodriguez was just there to pounce and let it go in the end. Oh, and that must have hurt. Surely that would have hurt. Jacob Jones has just taken that straight into look like the chest region. It was Djurdjevic that just put his absolutely everything through it. And the referees found a shin pad.
The smallest shin pad.
I thought he had a phone for a second.
Yeah,
It's
no,
that
it's
small.
a phone-sized shin pad. It's comical how small shin pads are getting these days. I don't know why you would. I'd be trying to get the biggest possible one just so you can go in with extra gusto and confidence. But we found the owner, fortunately.
It was Balamba. Well, he's not the biggest player out there, but goodness me, that
short shins.
That shin pad would have fit my son, and he's 4. West Torrens Birkalla regain control of the ball. Harpus, that's great distribution. Finds Stevenson, who brings it down on his chest. Oh, he tries to flick it in his advantage. The referee says play on. There's no free kick there, and in the end, free kick is won by Vipers defender in Mugford.
Well, the situation we're in at the moment reminds me a little bit of the situation that we were in last night watching City and Olympic, where it got to the stage where City had done what they needed to do, and Birkalla have just about done what they need to do so far. But Vipers, knowing that their position is going to end up what it's going to be, relegation zone, and any advancement on the ladder, I guess, out of the question, any meaningful advancement on the ladder out of the question, they may as well just go for it. Put on a show for us.
Yeah, there's nothing to lose now for Vipers, and there's nothing to gain. So whether they just sit back and just say, hey, yeah, look, it is what it is, as Sakani brings this one down, tries to flick that through for Stevenson, doesn't quite get there. But yeah, you're right. It's sort of got the sense now where Birkalla know that they're more than halfway there.
Yeah.
And Vipers probably just want the season to be over in one way, don't they? As Harpers regains that ball, but his distribution didn't look like it was the best, but it made its way to Scambiatera. I don't think he was the intended target. I think Christophilis was the target. In the end, it's worked out, and it's gotten its way back to Christophilis on the left. But with just under 40 minutes still to play, this one is looking like it's inevitable that West Torrens Birkalla will get the job done here tonight. It's going to take an almighty turnaround as Matosevic looked to have foul-throwed the ball in. Everyone screamed for it, but then I think he felt bad and just kicked it into touch anyways. So it will be Christophilos to take the throw in for Birkalla. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like there's more and more people piling in through the gates. They must have seen the score on the TV and thought, oh, we can go there and celebrate now. Here's Ahmad. He's got 9 for the season. Looks for his 10th. Can he find it? Oh, he tests the keeper, but saved down low there by Latiga.
Just going to the stream of people that we're seeing come in. I did see all over socials today that Birkalla were doing free entry tonight, so may as well come down. It's a perfect night to watch a live game.
Amin Ayubi, shout out to him. Saved me a car park when I messaged him this afternoon. Both gates are open. People are
He
flooding
gave you the
in.
Rockstar car park too.
They settle down. Ahmad delivers. It's to the back post. The keeper gets a hand to it. Lessie with it. Skips past. Oh, his touch is just too far gone, is it? Yes, it is. Stevenson misses the target anyhow. But look, mate, you got to. If you don't know people these days, you get left behind. So no, Amin's been great the last couple of days. He's got this platform set up for us for tonight.
We're very comfy and cozy on this
got me a car park that you pay $50 for in the city for free. He's around here somewhere, and
I'm really enjoying this beautiful water as well.
Yeah, he brought the waters up for us.
I do appreciate the hospitality, absolutely.
And I'm not even kidding when I do say that there is people literally just still flooding in. I reckon I just saw about 15 people pile in about 30 seconds ago.
I think they've caught wind that there's going to be a bit of a celebration here tonight.
And they're still coming even on the far side. So Birkalla with a 3-0 advantage and not really looking headed like it's going to change at this stage.
The game's just looking so open at the moment as well. You really get a sense that one or two things are going to happen.
Rodriguez, he's in on goal here though. Is he going to have a go? He squares it. Oh! And an absolute gilt-edged chance by Candeloro, who scored a hat-trick last week. Couldn't repeat the dose this week. And he couldn't even find the target.
Well, I was about to say, I think we're going to see plenty more goals tonight. It'll either be Birkalla opening up the wounds or Vipers just on that attack trying to find something to take from tonight, even if it's just some score stats for themselves. But it's pretty enjoyable so far this second half. Just nice, free-flowing. Nicholas Harpers, who was lining up to take his goal kick, has been kept busy so far.
He's been busy, but he hasn't been busy, if that makes sense. Some of the chances they've had where he probably shouldn't have had to do anything, he's been called into action, and then apart from that, I think he's got a cup of tea sitting next to him there, so he's done well. As Scambiatera tries to win a corner, but it comes back off of him for a goal kick. Just going back to that last little play there, Christophilis got caught in two minds whether to go to the ball or sit off and wait for Rodriguez to get the ball, and in the end it was Balamba clipping the ball through. But these two players that are on this near side, Simon, they've got some pace, don't they? Balamba and Rodriguez, when they link up, they're quite hard to catch. So they've still got that threat there, Vipers. It's just that the scoreline doesn't agree with them at the moment, so...
Well, they continue to press and...
Oh, that's given away in a dangerous position. Devereaux. Oh, he looks for the cheeky little border. Zakani, and they appreciate the effort from each other. Those little smirk and a little clap towards each other. I think if that was a little lower, Zakani was about to bring it down and have a crack on goal. But Scambiatera made the little decoy run on this side, and that's where the ball's gone every other time. So Devereaux thought, I'm going to open up the magic book here and see what I can pull out. And he nearly got it to Zoe Zakani. Play restarts with the goal kick. It's one in the air by Lessie. Lessie's been very good in that defensive midfield position tonight. He's won just about everything in the air and made his presence felt on the ground as well. As Vipers go forward, and it's Colangelo in some space. He brings it down quite well, finds Jones. Jones skips inside. He might have a go. I think it was blocked by his own player in the end. I think it was Candeloro who was in the way.
Well, he wound up for an almighty shot of it. Colangelo's been looking for the right ball on that left-hand side all night.
Zakani over the other side couldn't link up with Stevenson, who also has some blistering pace. This one might fall to Scambiatera. It does. He's got Matosevic for company. Oh, he leaves him behind. Now he's going to look inside. He's got Devereaux. Does Devereaux find him again? He does. Scambiatera's into the box. Can he cut back? Cuts it across. Oh. It's 4-0. It's Ethan Stevenson. And it is party time here at Jack Smith Park. You get the sense that that goal could be the goal that really eases the attention here for what is a huge crowd.
Well, Scambia Terra's found himself in the right position a couple of times tonight, receiving the ball at the right time. That time he's given a beautiful assist there. Beat the player right in front of our position here, and he was off with it, laid the ball out. Stevenson was just there to put it in the back of the net. 4-0 up. I was about to say, before we saw that goal, we're 58 minutes in now. You'd think that now's the time when they'd be looking to the bench, and I think now that they've got a fourth goal, you could just about bet on it. And I think I saw more people just coming through the fences just moments ago. So
I think it is very safe to say that West Torrens Birkalla have got 30 minutes to enjoy this. Maybe try and score another couple of goals as Balamba tries his luck to beat Harpers, and that is an absolute wasteful effort in my opinion, because a man of Harpers' stature isn't going to be beaten from there, especially when he's standing on his 6-yard box.
Well, I was about to say you may as well, but yeah, I think you're right, not against Nicholas Harvest.
There could be another one here for Birkalla. Leslie looking to pull the strings on that pass that time, and he found Stevenson, but Stevenson, who just scored the fourth goal, nearly in again within seconds of scoring. He nearly had his second and their fifth. Harpers really commanding that area now, isn't he? Just not letting anything come through. He was a little bit hesitant a couple of moments ago when Rodriguez was in on goal, but that time there he's come out safely to make sure no one was going to intrude in his 18-yard box.
You mentioned before that he'd been not quite threatened, although he has been active. I think it's just because he commands that 18-yard box so well that he sort of takes it upon himself to keep things organised in the back.
Christophilos sent Scambiatera through there, but he couldn't find anything. But given away by Rodriguez. Scambiatera now, he's in the box again, looking for his fourth. Oh, and it looked like the captain Garcia had done just enough to put him off there. Scambiatera is sensing that he's going to have his own party before everyone else at the moment. He left Matosevic for dead in the lead up to the fourth goal. And now he's just taken the absolute you-know-what of all these Vipers players that go near him.
Well, had that touch gone just a little bit different, he would have found it that time. I'm just having a look at the replay here.
Rodriguez gets the cross in, and Candeloro looking to pounce, but again, Harpers commanding again, as he did before. He's really taking charge now, making sure that there's no chance of a comeback here, but they've given it away. Birkalla, but Balamba's going to pick it up again. Devereaux's there, one way, the other, and in the end, Devereaux done very well. He just stood up and wasn't fazed by the little shimmies that Balamba was giving him. Oh, and now Scambiatera is trying to have party here with Zoid Sakani.
Look, when you scored your hat-trick and contributed to the 4-0 advantage at 61 minutes.
And that cross by Colangelo is not going to be troubling anybody but the net behind the goal.
Nicholas Harpers has just had a sip of his tea that you mentioned before as well, before he gets ready to take his goal kick.
I only tell the truth, mate. I wasn't lying. I think all that's missing is a Zoid Sakani bomb or an assist, as he's done over the last few weeks. He is on that yellow card, but it may affect his time on the park, as you mentioned earlier. They're 4-0 up now, so
yeah.
Stav Galekis might look to his coaches and go, we're going to make a change, and that's exactly what they're going to do shortly. A couple of players getting ready to come on the far side.
You mentioned the party that is due to start in about 30 minutes or so, and it's got a bit of an atmosphere even on the pitch at the moment as well. Birkalla, with the 4-0 lead, looking like they've got the luxury of just being able to have a little bit of fun there. Vipers certainly haven't given up yet. They really want to get at least one back. But yeah. Birkalla with some confidence at the moment. They just don't look like they're going to be beaten.
Here is that change. It's going to be Jonathan Dorigo and Mason Ayubi to come on for West Torrens Birkalla. And it looks like Christophilos is going to come off, who's put in a fairly decent shift on this left-hand side and has linked up well with Stambiatera and really caused some trouble since the get-go. He will be one of the players to make way. He's going straight down into...
Is that Lessie coming off?
The rooms. Looks like I hope he needs to go to the toilet, because otherwise he's going to miss the party. And it is Thanasi Lessie that comes off. So Zoe Takani stays on for now. Maybe he said, I want to score a goal before I come off. And
well, Lessie was slow coming off. Maybe he said, no, you go to the boundary. I've got to get my goal. We're going to make it 7 in the last 5 games.
Yeah, they are good mates.
Screw his average.
They're very good mates, Lessie and Takani. So who knows? But it is Mason Ayubi who's come on to left back, and Jonathan Dorigo getting some extra minutes tonight. Brother of Lewis Dorigo, who plays overseas at the moment, former Adelaide United midfielder. Also a former Birkalla youngster. You may even be watching. If you are, Lewis, hello. Well, that looked like a foul. The referee's let it go. Jones has a go. Queechy's there. It's going to fall for Candeloro. No, it's not. The flag's going to go up and he's in an offside position. But looked like a pretty easy call but the referee let it go. We might as well do a score update while we've got a bit of a pause in play. And there's been a goal. And Western Strikers have scored a goal with 10 men, but Playford have also scored a goal, which means that one is 6-1 to Playford at the moment. Again, absolutely irrelevant. Western Strikers relegated themselves a couple of weeks ago, and Playford really just playing out the minutes there, and will have to try and get promotion the hard way by getting to the grand final and winning that, as West Times Birkalla look in absolute cruise control here and automatic promotion in the bag. But I don't want to call it too soon, because I did that a few weeks ago when I did an NPL game where Modbury were 4-0 up and they drew 4-4. So one more goal and I'm calling it. Here's Stevenson. He cuts in. Can he find it? It's Sakani. Oh, he just doesn't get the connection he wanted to get on that.
Well, Stevenson's already got the goal to his name. An assist would have been handy as well, and I'm sure Sakani would have taken it, and he maybe would have resigned himself to go to the bench with a yellow card after he did eventually net one. But the hunt continues for Sakani's goal tonight and to make it Birkalla 5-0.
Yeah, so there's another goal, and it's Cumberland taking a 3-2 lead over Blue Eagles. So they currently go back into 3rd position. Blue Eagles drop to 4th, so that's the only real changes there. Salisbury still 2-0 up over Fulham, which would mean they finish in 6th spot. Sorry, no, they would finish in 5th spot. And West Adelaide, who are 3-0 up, would jump into the 6th because Sturt are losing. So still a few things to play for in that 5th and 6th, 7th spot, Simon.
Well, in about 25 minutes' time, we'll know a little bit better. But one thing we can almost say with certainty at the moment is that Birkalla will be playing NPL next year, unless Vipers can do something miraculous at this point. But as the minutes tick on, looking less and less likely.
The Vipers change while we have a bit of a chat. It is number 7, Candeloro, coming off. Number 17 is Septo comes on. Nessie Septo. So he takes his place, looks like up front at the moment. Sakani's hunted down on that occasion. Devereaux puts his body in and gives a free kick away. So you get the sense that maybe with a couple of changes, you've got Ayubi and Dorigo, the 2 youngest players on the park, who made way by Thanasi Lessie and Christophilos. So they've made their first change. Vipers have made their first change. The Vipers boys all look like they're coming back to the bench. I don't know if they're going to make another few changes, but at the moment it just sort of looks like the wind's gone out of this one, and it looks like everyone's pretty comfortable with what's going to play out in the next 20 or so minutes.
The Vipers up until now been pretty keen to get something back, but you just get the feeling now the wind is slowly disappearing from their sails. I say that as they try to launch another attack.
I'll tell you where the wind isn't out of the sails, Simon, and that is on our mega board here.
Oh, no.
Because Fulham have pulled one back against Salisbury to make it interesting in that run for the top 6. So if Salisbury were only to grab the 1 point, they would end up on 31, and West Adelaide would jump them, and Sturt would be safe.
So basically, we've still got no idea what's going to happen between 4th and 6th on the ladder.
It's still all to play for in that position. So at the moment, Salisbury are safe, but if they were to concede another one and draw that game, Sturt, even though they're losing, would maintain their spot in the 6th, and West Adelaide would take the 6th spot because they're 4-0 up at the moment, so they're not looking like they're going to lose that game either.
Ooh.
And while we're talking...
The danger of the mega wall hits again because...
I don't know how many times this has happened over the last 24 hours, but Ethan Stevenson nearly made us pay for it.
Lucky we have got a replay in front of us that's about to play out. Hopefully we don't miss this corner while this
I don't think they're not in much of a rush
yeah.
to take this corner, so we'll probably catch that beforehand. Looked like Ayubi took the throw. It looked like a long throw in. Did he take a long throw in? He did. It was Sakani again causing trouble with Scambiatera outside of the foot cross again, and it was actually a clearance, so it was a saved goal because I think Stevenson would have tapped it in from there. Dorigo clips this one in. No, he doesn't. Clips onto his left foot. It's a front post delivery. Doesn't make it there. Devereaux on his left. Glushkov's going to have to win this one in the air because he's got a couple of players hunting him down. Colangelo, he brings the scraps to his feet. Shouts of handball on the far side by Galekis and his coaching staff, but referee says play on. Sakani, oh, that's fantastic. The vision and then the audacity to try that pass. Here's Scambiatera. He's got Matosevic for company. He goes back to his goalkeeper, and he's going to have enough time to bring it under control because the nearest player to him is Zoid Sakani, who's about 20 metres away. So, still looking very dangerous for Birkalla, aren't they? Even though this game is pretty much in the bag, they're still just looking very, very dangerous.
I was about to say, Letiga's absolutely been under siege tonight. He's definitely working for his meal. I think when Vipers do make their return next year, hopefully we'll be a bit of a bolstered defence. Some of that sloppiness out back just...
Oh, Rodriguez with a bit of trickery. Gets into the box. Cuts it in. Oh, Harpus. As safe as he's been all night. Nearly put it into his own net. And he's... Gets on him with it quickly. So no time wasting from Birkalla. They're really enjoying what's happening out there tonight. Really enjoying the fact that they can do that and still get away with it.
Well, a bit of a dangerous moment there, but Harpus, to be honest, doesn't look too fazed by it. The man of his experience.
Yeah, I do remember when we called the game here a few weeks ago between Playford and Birkalla, where Birkalla won 2-1, and he got the ball. That's a safe enough challenge. He got the ball there. Ayubi, the son of Amin and brother of Austin, who plays for Adelaide United, who is here tonight, supporting his former club. Sakani trying to find his way to another goal. Oh, goalkeeper gave him a sniff. Scambiatera tried the acrobatics. But, a couple of weeks ago, I remember we spoke to Costa Mantis, who's not playing tonight, and he said next week will come down to who loses, and as Jacob Jones has a go, and he's going to put that one into the school across the road. So he was right, Costa Mantis. He's been around long enough. He was 100% right. Whoever lost last week, which they didn't lose Playford, but they dropped 2 points with the draw. It was always going to come down to who blinked, and it was Playford who blinked. And it looks like we've got another change on the far side. It's going to be Scambiatera coming off. Yes, it is. So Sakani still stays out there.
Vipers did make a change as well. Not quite sure yet who's gone on for them.
Colangelo has gone off for Vipers, and Scambiatera has gone off for West Torrens Birkalla.
Stephanopoulos going on for Vipers.
So Stephanopoulos comes on, and Scambiatera replaced by Zach Becker. So again, a couple of younger players getting their chance to shine in what is going to be a huge celebration in about 20 minutes' time.
And Sarkani's hunt for a goal tonight continues.
He's still out there.
Yep.
He might
Yellow
be
card and all.
Yeah, he might be the last change. It looks like they've got one more up their sleeve. They can make a double change if they want. They've got a couple of players. They've got Calvin and Barger on the bench. He might come on for a little cameo. I know he's been out injured for a little while. So whether they give him a bit of a Rolls Royce to play here in the last few minutes. He's been almighty for this club over the past 5 seasons. Part of that team that built up, and that looks like it's going to be a penalty. It is. So a little bit of a dampener, or maybe a lifeline, Simon. Which one?
I'm erring towards the side of dampener for Birkalla here. Lifeline for Vipers maybe, but still a little bit too much to get back here. But just a little bit of lack of concentration there for Birkalla spilling the ball. And, I mean, in fairness, Vipers weren't looking overly threatening in the counter-attack there, but a reckless challenge means we're looking at a penalty here.
Yeah, so Djurdjevic with the challenge resulting in the penalty. And it's going to be taken by Septo, who's come off the bench not long ago. So to pull one back for Vipers, Harper stands on his line. Can he be a hero? He goes the wrong way. So Vipers pull one back. 4-1. But it may be a little bit too late to cause any sort of discomfort here.
16 or so minutes to go. The scoreboard hasn't updated yet, so maybe whoever's controlling that's already started the party to celebrate Birkalla finishing top of State League 1 and progressing to the NPL and the honours, but a little bit of time to go still. Maybe Vipers with enough of a little sniff to just keep their momentum going right to the end.
Stevenson tries to get in the box so they can pull one back immediately. They can't do so. It's with Jacob Jones now. He finds Balamba. Vipers do rally late in some of their games. I've seen it on multiple occasions where they just get a bit of a roll on and they can pull 1 or 2 back quite quickly. And they're going to have to do that here if they want to cause West Torrens Birkalla some danger or heartache.
Well, credit to Vipers, we're not seeing, although there's a little bit of sloppiness, like the spill of possession they just did there, the body language is still positive with them in terms of the fact that they do still want to attack this game and get something back in their final game of the year here against Birkalla.
Dorigo goes in strongly. He wins the ball, but it falls only for Vipers. And they go again forward in waves. They've got numbers. On the far side, it's Stephanopoulos. He's got Garcia for support. Doesn't use him. Now he's got Glushkov, who does well to win the ball back. Matosevic still in a little bit of discomfort here in front of us, holding his shin. The referee's issued a yellow card for Devereaux by the looks of it. So unsure if that was to do with anything that happened before or if he said something, because he wasn't the one that made the challenge. So unsure why. Was there anything that happened in the lead up here? No, so looks like maybe he's picked up one for dissent there, Charlie Devereaux. As Vipers go forward, it's Nessie Septo again, causing some trouble since he come off the bench. Took the penalty, which he tucked away nicely. Matosevic looks for Balamba, who's in an offside position.
For about the 3rd or 4th time tonight, unfortunately.
I think that's being nice, mate, because I think it was 3 or 4 in the first half. So
he's definitely been active all game, and he hasn't shown any signs of slowing down deep into this second half. It's the part of the game where Birkalla really want to make sure they're still concentrating. I don't think... Oh, there you go, yellow card. Who's that going to?
Yeah, I think Matosevic has picked that one up, asking about that challenge where I thought Devereaux picked the card up, which turns out both of them have now picked the card up for dissent rather than anything else. So
don't ask questions.
Devereaux picked the card up for something that happened up the other end, and now Anthony Matosevic has picked the card up for asking the question why he didn't get a free kick. Well, I understand the referee played it on. I think he's probably asking also why it wasn't a yellow card, because he did get collected in the shin afterwards. So I don't validate what he may have said, but I get his point. Ayubi's beaten there by Rodriguez. He finds Jones, but he does well to recover Ayubi. Jones gives it back to Rodriguez, whose cross is deflected.
Really well defended by Birkalla. That just kept the two wide players, just pressured him out. Managed to put it safely over the boundary.
Balamba, the ball hasn't gone out yet. It has now. It's crossed the line. He'll take the throw in. He's got Colangelo. He goes back to his defender in Mugford, who actually done this on multiple occasions tonight. Can he finish this one with a bit more of an effort? He does. He has a goal. Goodness me.
Given far too much space the whole time there, just keeping the ball right on his toe.
He's done that once in the first half and now again in the second half. And that time, that's as far as he got. But got the shot away that time. And that would have been a contender for goal of the week if he had it's not all doom and gloom if you pull something out like that when you've got nothing else to play for. But it wasn't to be.
Well, Vipers looking like they really want to reduce the margin here. 4-2 is what they beat Birkalla by earlier this year. Just for a little fact there.
No, thank you for that, because I was going to touch on their previous game earlier, but I forgot to do so. Tsakani might even have a ping from here. He doesn't. He slips through Ahmad. Ahmad can't get there. I'll tell you one thing, Simon, that is fact, and that is that the scoreline at Regency Park is going to be reduced because Playford are 8-1 up.
Jeez.
So I know Western Strikers are down to 10 men, but that is just absolute ludicrous because given that they hadn't really, probably would have seen the scoreline at half-time, they've still come out and put their foot on the pedal there and really just rub salt into the wound of Western Strikers, who are already relegated. So, well, just a casual day at the office, and I'd love to see who scored all the goals there, because we mentioned earlier on that Christos Penendez, who missed the first few games to play for, he's had an almighty return. He might even end up with the golden boot if he scored a few tonight. Ayubi, Dorigo, still Dorigo, gets into the box. Matosevic makes the challenge and wins the goal kick.
Well, we're expecting celebrations here in about 11 or 12 minutes. Meanwhile, commiserations over at Regency Park for Western Strikers. Playford, as much as they're really having a bit of a field day, just scoring goals and trying to get that golden boot race to be a little bit more interesting. Their spot on the ladder is all cemented. They will finish second and they'll have to compete in the finals in order to lock up that second spot of promotion next year.
Ahmad gets the ball back and goes all the way back to Djurdjevic, who ends up going all the way back to Harpers. He'll distribute the ball, looking for Ayubi, and that is fabulous distribution. He cuts in front of Rodriguez, doesn't win the free kick. The advantage is played, and the referee's happy just to let it go. Could have called it back there, the referee, but maybe just sensing there's no real point in it at the moment. It looks like there's going to be another substitution, mate.
I was impressed with that touch by Ayubi on the edge there. Great long ball out from Harpers, and he's just controlled it, kept it right on the floor. Unfortunately, couldn't do much with it once he was off, but we're seeing Con deep in concentration now. What's happening?
Well, after this substitution, we'll get some sort of clarification on what's going on, as Balamba, the Vipers' leading goal scorer this year, he's going to finish the season with 6 goals, and their golden boot is replaced by number 29, which is Oscar Moore, I think it is. Yes, it is, Oscar Moore. So he comes on for the last 9 or so minutes. But there has been another goal which may have some sort of value tonight. Sturt Lions have pulled one back against Adelaide Cobras, who I completely left out of the calculations for the top 6. So Cobras still remain in the lead 2-1 as we get a free kick here for West Torrens Birkalla, won by Zach Becker. But if we do the quick maths here while we wait for this free kick, Cobras go to 32 points with a win. Salisbury go to 33 with a win. West Adelaide go to 33 with a win. Sturt Lions trailing are on 32. Would mean we would have Cobras join the race with a better goal difference. So
imagine that, jump from 8th to 5th and into the final series.
Sakani with this free kick, though, looks for the far corner and can't find it.
It's pretty well delivered, pretty close to the corner of the goal there.
So at this stage, the final 6 will look like Birkalla, Playford, Cumberland and Blue Eagles has just equalised. So that is 3-3. So that will remain the same. It will be Blue Eagles in 3rd, Cumberland in 4th. Sturt Lions' goal difference is -8. They are losing, which would mean Salisbury winning go to 33 and West Adelaide go to 33, meaning Sturt and Cobras would miss out by 1 point. So no matter if Cobras win, the only team that can really make it now is if Sturt pull a goal back and go to 33. They would remain inside over West Adelaide unless they can score another. And that's a cynical foul. That's going to be a yellow card. But I may have got that wrong. So there's still a lot to play for.
That looks right to me there. I think you're right. Yeah, so although things were looking all but locked up here at 4-0, we're currently 4-1 on the 83rd minute. Still plenty to play out elsewhere at the moment. And although we know Birkalla will be finishing most likely up top and in the NPL next year, we're not quite sure how the rest of the final is going to be We're not quite sure how the rest of the finals are going to be looking, is the words I'm trying to get out of my mouth. Well, I'm still looking at the ladder trying to digest that big breakdown you just did.
So West Torrens Birkalla not interested in having a shot or putting the ball into the box, just happy to play some time off the clock here. Glushkov finds the substitute in Dorigo. Dorigo then finds another substitute. Becker, the ball gets put in and it's a great save, and it's Stevenson looking for his second goal. The goalkeeper has been called into action on more occasion than what he would have liked here tonight. Pulled off another good save. And that might be a yellow card there. No. And the crowd is getting louder and louder. I think they're sensing that this one is in the bag, Simon.
I think it's just hit them there. Just to touch back on what happened a moment ago, Latiga's really been made to work for it so far today. I was going to say, you can't quite fault his efforts, but he hasn't really had much choice. In some of the holes in Vipers' defence, he's really been called to action more than his fair share.
That's a great ball by Matosevic, though, or it's a great ball, but it's not a very good run. And Matosevic hands on head, because his distribution, as I've mentioned, is quite good on most occasions, but the player on the far side could not time his run, and now it looks like assistant coach Rami is going to get a yellow card, which is quite customary for him. He's a bit of a loud character on the bench, and
I went to school with him. I can vouch.
The referee knew exactly who he was going to book that time. Normally it's just the coach they give it to, but he knew exactly who was going to get that yellow card. And here is the substitution we thought might be made earlier on. It's Zoe Takani, who's had an absolute awesome 6 weeks with West Torrens Birkalla, coming over from Adelaide Olympic. He's on a yellow card, so he's got to be careful to get off the pitch before he picks up a yellow. But his last 6 weeks with West Torrens Birkalla has ultimately got them in the position they are in tonight. He's replaced by Calvin Embarga, one of those players who's been around for the last 5 or so years through the good times and the bad. He's going to come on and enjoy this moment with his teammates. And it looked like it was a double substitution, so Miliodonis comes on as well, number 44. And I didn't quite see who came off with Takani. Looks like Stevenson. So Ethan Stevenson goes off, the goal scorer of the 4th goal. And another ball is won by Birkalla. And Colangelo puts his body in the line there. And with 3 minutes of additional time to go, I think it is very safe to say, Simon, it is going to be party time here at Jack Smith Park for West Torrens Birkalla. They're going to be back in the NPL next year. And everyone else is going to have to fight it out in the next few weeks in the final series for that second spot.
Well, here come Birkalla again. They're not content to leave things be. And even Vipers, as they gather the ball for that last goal kick as well, they weren't taking their time with it. They want to get something back here, but as the clock approaches 90 minutes, looking like 4-1's going to be the margin, but as you said, Birkalla contending for the NPL next year. Who's going to go with them, though? Is it going to be Playford, who are currently, where are we? I think 8-1 last score check. Yep, still 8-1 there on the 86th minute. Don't know how the bottom half of that top six is going to look yet.
The ball's delivered. Is there going to be another goal? And Barger nearly gets a little gift, but the keeper holds on to it and distributes it. Queechy's there and doesn't win the header, but he puts enough pressure on that it doesn't go past him. And some big news, Simon. There's been a goal which will ruin Salisbury's quest for back-to-back promotions. Fulham have equalised, dropping Salisbury out of the six with the other scorelines that are taking place. So
30 points is what they're on at the moment.
They're on 30 points at the moment. So without that goal, they go to 31. West Adelaide will go to 33. Cobra's 32. And Sturt Lions, even though they're losing, would remain in with 32 points. I think I've got that right. Sorry, no. Sturt Lions would be out on goal difference. So there's a lot to play for in the next couple of minutes as we nearly see Calvin and Barger score what would be the absolute fairy tale finish here for West Torrens Birkalla. But it's Vipers who go up the other end and look for another consolation goal as we approach the 90th minute now. I think I did my maths right there, mate. But there's all to play for in the next couple of minutes elsewhere. Salisbury have given up a 2-goal lead and finals. So the final positions would be taken up by West Adelaide on 33 points. And Cobras would scrape in with 32 points and a better goal difference over Sturt to take up the final couple positions.
So that would mean Sturt would drop.
Yes.
From fourth position.
Fourth to out completely.
Fifth to just out.
Yep.
Still a couple of minutes to be played.
They are playing at home, Salisbury, so they've got the home fans up there. They actually have another 5 minutes to go, but
just ticked over to 90 minutes here. We're getting ready for full time. We'll see at least a couple of minutes.
Queechy brings that one down. West Torrens Birkalla go forward again. Calvin and Barger trying to get on the end of that one. Vipers go forward again though. Jones gets into the box. Is there another consolation? No. It goes out for a throw in. And it is almost party time here. They are ready to jump on the pitch. Have a look at them. If we can get the camera across to that West Torrens Birkalla bench.
They're all lined up.
They are lined up like the races at the Olympics, Simon. They're ready to bolt. And I'm sure the cameramen over the other side are going to have some epic photos in the next couple of minutes. This one is at the discretion of Thomas Brinkworth. If he's got any sense of the occasion, he's just going to blow the final whistle. He's telling him to hurry up.
It's going to be.
We're going to get ready for some post-game here. There's going to be a presentation. There's going to be some noise. And most of all, there's going to be West Torrens Birkalla playing NPL football next season. Everyone just begging for the final whistle. Thomas Brinkworth. We're going to get those interviews, but Simon, you've got the most important job. You're going to keep track of what the final six is going to look like at the end of regular time here in all these other games.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all finishes up. There's 3 spots up for grabs. Those other 3 games are all still got a couple of minutes to go. But this one here is just about over.
Well, hopefully by the time we get through presentations, we're going to know how that final six is going to look, and we'll know just who'll be joining Birkalla in the NPL next year.
Is there time for one more? Storigo! Oh, tried the acrobatic finish.
Did his best Bruce Lee impersonation there to try and beat Latiga.
Ayubi wins it back, and the referee has a look at his watch. There can't be long left. This may be the last foray for Vipers to see out. Ayubi cuts back inside. Devro finds Dorigo. Matosevic cuts it off. The referee has another look at the watch.
There he goes.
And that is it! West Torrens Birkalla, 4-1 on the night. They finish top of the league and automatic promotion into next year's National Premier League.
They've just sealed the deal.
They are going absolutely nuts here. There's kids coming from all directions. Costa Zakharopoulos, the goalkeeper coach, gets out to his goalkeepers. There's hugs all around. Austin Scambiatera, the hat-trick hero from tonight. Let's go see what we can get out on the park. There's a late goal though, Simon. Keep us up to date.
Just watching the late goal here from the Salisbury game. Salisbury scoring. Meanwhile, there's scenes happening in the middle of the park here. Birkalla, joined by all their young fans, they're celebrating in the middle of the park, and they're just over the moon to lock in that spot in the NPL next year. Con's making his way to the centre of the park there. He'll have a chat very soon to Birkalla's coach. And Stav Galekis, he might have a tough time trying to get him away from the celebration. Got a fair few people surrounding him at the moment. Looks like they're getting ready to sing the song and celebrate. We got the microphone right near the middle of the park here, so we might just hear a little bit of it.
We're going to grab Amin Ayubi. Here he is. Amin, how good is that?
Incredible, mate. Very incredible.
Back to the NPL where you belong?
Yeah, exactly. Took 2 years to get there, but we finally got there. Well deserved. The team has been absolutely amazing. Bonding, that's what wins you games.
I mean, how proud are you of what Stav Galekis has put together, not only this year, but obviously last year? He's done a great job. Zoe Sakani as well. How good's he been?
Absolutely. Stav, best decision we've made. Bring in Herney, mate, young coach, both young coaches, gelled really well with the team. It goes without saying. Joey, amazing. Not sure what he was doing at Olympic, but he's done the opposite here. So, mate, credit to him. But, you know, mate, the goals come from not just one person. It came from somewhere. So it took 17 players today to make a difference, and they did.
I mean, congratulations and welcome back to the National Premier League.
Thank you, mate.
Some words.
We're going to grab Stav Galekis, head coach here of West Torrens Birkalla. Come into the camera, mate. Stav, how good is that?
Pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Fucking stressful times, mate. Stressful times, but been a long season.
You were with Pezos at City. Yep. You won your title there, and now you've done it on your own. How proud are you of your group, yourself, and obviously your family that back you up as well?
Yeah, mate. I was also with Pez at United as well, so he's been a big role model for me. So this season's just been unreal. The staff, the people, the players. We're about instilling a good culture, and as you can see, we're fireworks on the park, mate. It's brilliant.
2 weeks ago, we were here when you beat Playford at home. You didn't get ahead of yourselves, and you've come out tonight, and you've put on a show in front of everyone. And look what it means to everyone. Go and enjoy it, mate, and good luck next year.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Some really happy people down here. Amin Ayubi. Let's grab the man that has set this up for the last few weeks. Zoid Sakani, here he is. He said he can't speak good English, but boy, can he score some good goals. Zoe, how good is that?
It's amazing. If you get good teammates, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, my teammates help me to score the goals. I score, so be champion. Easy peasy.
Now, you made a big decision to come here. The last 6 weeks, you've scored 6 goals and 2 assists. You didn't score tonight, but Austin Scambiatera, another hat-trick as well.
It's the same. If he scores, I score. If I score, he scores. The most important is the 3 points. That's all. That's all. That's all.
Zoe, go and enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Well done to Con, catching up with the coach, the Prez, and their superstar, Soy Sarkani there. Huge 4-1 win for Birkalla to seal State League 1, secure their spot into the NPL for next year. And you can hear the celebrations happening in the background there.
Simon, what's happening with the other games?
Well, let me tell you. Salisbury in front. 3-2 currently for Salisbury United. So we've got things wrapped up elsewhere as well. 6-0 the scoreline for West Adelaide. We'll do a full wrap of those scores in just a moment here. Some of these games still underway. We are in extra time for most of those. But just scenes at Birkalla at the moment.
So the top 6 has taken its shape. We might try and grab one more interview. We might try and grab Austin Scambiatero just before the presentation. He's scored a couple of hat-tricks in the last few weeks.
Did unbelievably well tonight. A nice assist as well, helping Stevenson find the back of the net, the number 4, so involved with everything. Con's going to try and get into the thick of it now.
Here we've got Austin real quickly. Austin, 2 hat-tricks in a month.
Yeah.
And was that one better than the first one?
It means a lot more. It definitely means a lot more, and it means a lot to everyone here, so I couldn't be happier. How
proud are you of the group? And obviously the coach you've got, Stab, he's done wonders for this group.
Oh, it's been fantastic. You know, the atmosphere in the change rooms changed a million times over from last season. You can feel it before we even got here. Everyone was so switched on.
Austin, congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much. See you later.
We're going to let the presentations take place here, and we'll wrap it up once we're done.
Just trying to get the up-to-date results for the games happening elsewhere tonight in a moment. But Birkalla's still celebrating in the middle of the park. Some of the excited young fans making their way off to let the seniors have their moment. We can see the flag in the middle of the park, ready to go. The cup there, ready to be claimed. But as we said, most importantly, Birkalla, the first team from State League 1 to secure their spot in the NPL next year. Elsewhere, Salisbury United looking to finish things off 3-2 up against Fulham. Welcome back, Con.
As you can hear, Amina Yubi doing the presentation, and there is people here from Football Federation South Australia to make this presentation. But we'll just leave it up to what the camera can pick up from Amina Yubi. Presenting to you West Torrens Birkalla, your State League 1 champions. So Simon, to wrap things up here tonight, as we see what it means to that playing group. You heard some of the interviews out there. What it means to have some of these players come across and play, what Stav's done for this team. Amina Yubi was so honest as he always is. He does a fantastic job running this club, and he's probably the proudest person out there at the moment. But we'll get through what happened tonight here. It's in front of us, we can see it. We've called the game. But the final 6 in State League 1 for 2024, with the results that have gone in favour of Playford. They finished 8-1 winners tonight. 4-1 here for West Torrens Birkalla. West Adelaide with a 7-0 thumping of the relegated Adelaide Victory. Salisbury United, a late scare, but they got the 4-2 win against Fulham. Cumberland 3, Blue Eagles 3, Cobras 2, Sturt Lion 1, which sees the table finish with West Torrens Birkalla as outright champions on 46 points. Playford on 44 points will finish second. Blue Eagles 39 points in third. Cumberland United 37 points in fourth. And rounding out the top 6, Salisbury United on 33 points. And West Adelaide have made the top 6 after sacking 2 coaches and telling the third one he's not required next year. They've made finals with 33 points, which means Cobras and Sturt miss out on 32 points, and Sturt Lions were in that top 6. And
They're
at the
number
last
5,
minute,
in fact.
yeah, so
number 5 to number 7. What a finish!
Crazy.
Such a close race in the middle there.
What a couple of nights it's been, mate. Thanks for joining me. Not only last night where it was doom and gloom. Tonight it's the total opposite. It's celebration time here for West Torrens Birkalla. They're going to go long into the night, and I might even stick around and see what happens. But that is it from us. We will be back in the next few weeks with the final series for all 3 leagues. And then we'll see who will join Pontians in State League 1 and who will join West Torrens Birkalla in the NPL next year in about 4 or 5 weeks' time. So, Simon, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. It's been amazing scenes tonight. Such a great atmosphere, and may as well stick around and celebrate with these guys. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, it's, I've got the car park there. I might not be able to get out, so I might have to stay. So that's it from here, from tonight. Jack Smith Park, it's a wrap. West Torrens Birkalla get automatic promotion into the NPL. There's smiles all around. The full-time score, West Torrens Birkalla 4, Vipers FC 1.